God's all-embracing light is wrapped in love. December 7, 2013. One of the great agents of healing throughout time has been the presence of God's love. When you have put your faith and trust in His divine presence, into the purity of His light and love, He has been able to come through because of the pure love you had for Him, that He was able to reverse many interior and exterior difficulties. The strength of His divine love comes through in a mighty current. It holds a power that has wrought many miracles into conditions that seemed lost. Even within your modern world, the divine force of His mighty love is not lost to any of you beautiful bright hearts. It is descending right now, touching each of you from the divine kingdom. As you allow the flow of His loving energies to enter your whole self, a great purification takes place, a dissolving of blockages that you and society had created. With God's mighty love moving through you, your consciousness changes and become more responsive in regards to the inner changes that are taking place. A great healing takes place, beautiful bright hearts, when you allow God's all-embracing light and love to surround you, to move through you and to become one with you. There are many dear souls that carry scars from days of old, which are in need of healing. And over time the scars that they are carrying accumulate through new and current situations that create wounds from interactions from other dear souls that hold negative experiences. We know some of your experiences have affected both your heart and your mind, and for others the wounds have penetrated right down into their beautiful souls. When you suffer a profound loss, it can be difficult for your precious heart and mind to accept what has occurred and for your soul to let go. What happens, beautiful bright hearts, is that a part of you holds on to this pain, to this hurt for the right time to release it. The question to you, my dears, is how long are you willing to carry the excess baggage created by painful experiences? As soon as you allow God's mighty love and presence to truly and fully to be a part of you, the quicker you begin to heal. You learn to forgive the wrongs done to you and to forgive yourself for permitting them. Forgiveness is not one-sided. In order for forgiveness to work effectively, you must be able to forgive those that have brought harm, and you need to be able to forgive yourself. God will walk each painful step with you as long as you allow Him. Let Him in, beautiful bright hearts. Let God be your salvation. You do not need to carry all the weight of the world on your shoulders. There is already another soul with that mission, and it doesn't belong to any of you. Remember, my dears, love in itself is a very powerful force. When you combine your own perfect love with the divine love shared to you from God, healing can occur within all wounds. What was once considered broken becomes whole again. The restoration of yourself is up to you, to how willing you are to let go of whatever is holding you back and to embrace the all-inclusive and all-embracing light and love of God. Fear can be a great challenge to overcome, to step away from its comforting clutches into the unknown of what it could be like without living in fear. The best counter move to anything that has brought fear into your actions and reasoning abilities, beautiful bright hearts, is love. Love is always the answer. When you allow God to come forth to love you, you receive the essential and healing properties of divine love, such a love that is greater than any love you have felt before. The energy and strength behind God's love is able to penetrate your wounds, dissolve your darknesses with His embrace of light that is wrapped in love. All that is not love, when you allow God to be a part of your life, will simply melt away into nothingness. For the many dear souls that have experienced the mighty power and energy of God's presence, and of the love that is an integral part of all that His is, knows this divine power has the ability to alter all pre-existing inner turmoil and fear. Comprehend, beautiful bright hearts, in order for His divine love to be permanent and continually healing, you must be able to capture His love within your body, heart, mind and soul, and not give in to the ego's distracting habit of causing doubt or mistrust to take over. If you already know your tendency to doubt and to second guess is strong, then it is paramount, my dears, that inner work must be done in order to free yourself of the corrupting influence of the doubting and negative ego, and of the heavy emotions that often result of its control. We know some of the pain you have carried has been with you for a long time, and we also understand how frightening the idea of being free of the pain for something else that you cannot yet see or touch. But when you allow God and His divine loving presence to be a welcoming part of your life, He will help you to overcome those fearful obstacles, His light will illuminate a path that with each step will heal each part of yourself. Each breath you take, beautiful bright hearts, contains light. As you walk upon the earth, light is there as well. The healing ability through love is that much more possible as a result. It is natural and it is divine. As God's mighty love and presence continues to be accepted and allowed within more and more dear souls, light will also be intensified within and upon the earth, doing away with all the many little nuances darkness can create out of your pain and suffering. For the sensitive ones, those dear souls that are truly empathic towards energy, have been feeling a great impact over the past several years. This is a time of great healing, not just personal healing but universal healing. The divine love that is coming through from God will come silently, and for many dear souls it will be invisible because it is so subtle. Believe and know, my dears, even when God's love works underneath all other energies in a subtle flow and surge of divine power, it is still able to heal, to transform and to free each of His children from the disharmonic clutches of darkness and discord. And by letting God's mighty love to be a joining force with your whole self, the changes His divine love brings will last forever. It is important, dear ones, to understand that love is not just created. Love is the divine attribute and quality of the immeasurable mercy that moves and flows from God, and in a brilliant light that bathes each dear soul within the light of love, giving each of you a gift of forgiveness and acceptance. Love is not an action of doing, it is an action of allowing. You open your arms, your heart, and your whole self to love and allow its divine energy to enter every cell of your being. Love, you already know, cannot ever be forced or created, it can only be allowed to move and to flow. And when you allow love to flow, it flows freely and without end from your clear and beautifully opened heart, a heart that never judges or criticizes another dear soul, a heart that does not condone other dear souls' negative attitude or behavior, but still accepts each dear soul as being a splendid child of God and necessary. The ability for each of you to create a well of love within your precious hearts is a reflection of the love you have for God, which in itself creates a continuous flow that never ceases, that is joined with the love of Christ and all that you are, creating an infinite flow of love-filled energy that has the capacity to touch others through the divinity of your whole self, demonstrating God's loving presence being a forever part of your mind, body, heart and soul. It is paramount, beautiful bright hearts, to accept love for yourself, and to understand and accept that you are definitely worthy of your own love. Each of you is lovable, and each of you carries a fundamental fact that you exist and evolve as beautiful divine flames that are brought to life through the love of God that is bestowed upon each of you. Within any imperfection you may discover of yourself, God finds them perfect. You are everything that you are meant to be. You are a child of God and He loves you just as you are. Any changes you want to bring them out of love. See yourself with your heart, where the purity of your love resides, and come to love yourself as God does. And so it is. I am Archeia Lady Charity through Julie Miller. SpiritualNetworks.com